Beira of Mozambique comes up against Dakar University Club, five-time league winners of Senegal. And we have officials, well, we've got female and male officials. Fantastic it is. It's all about gender equality. And we're celebrating International Women's Day, which is obviously very important as well. So that's a big celebration. As you can see, the fans here, all mixes of different age groups and gender. And that's what it's all about. Let me introduce you to my wingman. His name is Q. How are you, Q?
I am so great, Robbie. International Women's Day, yes, to be celebrated. And nothing more special than having two referees of the opposite gender controlling the game. We have a look at the starting fives in a little bit, but thank you very much for the introduction. Looking forward to Ferroviario de Beira taking on.
Yeah, this is the team. Sorry, Q, let's have a look at this. We got Will Perry, 17 points in the opening clash, of course, which was a loss against US Monastir, 77-71. Hawana, Ubise, Kennedy, Onuasu, the Nigerian.
Niang, Diallo, Faye, Abadou, and Diakite. Tried and tested, going with the same starting lineup. Only one change in the Ferroviario starting lineup. Nemamade goes to the bench, and in he comes as a replacement.
Asha Kumaguchi, are you with us tonight?
Yes, I'm with you and very excited because today is the International Women's Day, and obviously having Stephanie Baxdale as the crew chief for the referees today, alongside Sarah Gamal El Shanoubi, also from Egypt.
Okay, let's get down to business. Here it is. It is the home team, if you like. It is Dakar University Club here, who are called DUC, playing in black, up against Beira, which is, of course, the team from Mozambique, southeastern Africa, on the coast there. Wonderful country. And, well, what can I tell you about it? You can tell me more about that because you've been there.
It's a beautiful small town, Beira, located in the north of Mozambique. And I'll tell you about the home court. It's one of the most intimidating places to play basketball because the crowd is right in your face.
You get it from Q because Q spent a couple of seasons playing down in Mozambique for their rivals in the Mozambique First Division. Of course, we're talking about Ferroviario de Maputo. As we see the first charge, but it's a good steal that was, just taken straight out of his hands. Very complicated there for Ubise. But look at this at the other end. In it goes! Dropped in, smashed in, and there are your first points of the game. And it's Kennedy, the Canadian, who manages to drain those two.
Mr. Efficiency opens up his scoring account. Jamal Kennedy, two-handed flush. And good signs as far as Ferroviario de Beira are concerned.
Long-range shot there, just coming off the ring there, coming in from Jordan Abadou, who's the Frenchman in this squad. They're going and looking for some more points. Beira, and dropped in for two there is Randy Onuasu. Of course, the Nigerian. Every team's got two foreigners from Africa outside of where the team is based, and two international players if they want to bring them in. The first points just not coming just yet for DUC, but they'll be back as it's taken forward and it's taken up court there by Ubise. Dropping in is Perry, picked up a few three-pointers and he gets the two there with a second chance. 17 points for in his opening game there, Q. Solid player.
Very solid. He's the floor general. He leads from the front. Favorable bounce coming off his short jumper and allows him just to get a rhythm shot, and he knocks it down from the free throw line.
Diakite, that is sensational, and the first points go for Jordan Abadou. The Frenchman knocked off his feet at the same time as he sinks the two, and the foul going against Randy Onuasu.
Athleticism from Onuasu, passing up to Kennedy. He flushes it for two. Ferroviario de Beira put up a really good fight yesterday against the US Monastir and held them to 77 points. They scored 71 of their own, and I think they're going to use that as a basis to build on here against this tough home team from DUC.
Yeah, we saw them pass the ball around. They're very quick with their transition as well. There you go, is a little sneaky opportunity there, and the 2 points coming for that man Kennedy once again.
2 pieces of luck. The shorter jumper by Perry, and now that favorable bounce of the steal that ends up in Kennedy's hands.
Well, it was a smashing pass, wasn't it? Trying to be tossed into the hands of Diakite by Obadu. See the reaction from Parfait Adjivon, who's the man in charge of Dakar University Club, the 5-time league winners in Senegal. West Africa, the home team. Beira, a little pirouette, trying to spin around the defender and get himself the shot on Ouasso.
Nice defensive work, making it a bit tough on Ouasso. Illegal defense. Turns over his left shoulder, and the work there by Cheikh Bamba Diallo. Picks up his first foul.
Perry gets the ball. That's a very nice pass. It's very slick play, isn't it? They know how to communicate, and he knows how to pass the ball.
Well, Perry and Kennedy played together in Portugal, and that's why you'll see them have a lot of chemistry. They like playing together.
Well, it's a stolen ball. Look at that. That's a very fine little bit of skullduggery from Cheikh Tidiane Faye. And the point guard doing the business. He doesn't shoot enough, but on that occasion, just pinching the ball and sinking the 2 is good enough for him. Over the top it goes. I didn't even see that. It was as if there was an invisible basket there on connected to the backboard, Q.
Just a tad bit strong from Ouasso.
He's seen it, he's gone up for it, and the 2 are in. That's great stuff. And Faye with 4 points in the space of probably about 58 seconds.
Lovely score by Faye, and he's setting the tone. We always talk about it. I always talk about setting the tone. He's doing a great job for DUC.
Oh, that's a lovely rebound, isn't it? Just a flicked in, excellent piece of skill there as Kennedy goes up. And I think, how many points has he got? I think he's already got 6 points, hasn't he, the Canadians?
6.
Offensive foul.
A battle inside the paint, and that's a physicality by Diakite. Trying to use his weight, throw his weight around, and that didn't quite work out. Trying to use all 120 kilograms of his 205 frame.
Well, it's just he didn't get his compass out there or his OS map to try and find his way through the thicket, but there wasn't much traffic. Should have landed that.
It looks like he's just struggling a little bit for his touch on Ouasso. 2 jumpers that did not draw any iron, and we have a look again. Faye, aggressive, draws the foul from the defense.
Player that we didn't really see come to light to show us what he's capable of doing was Cheikh Bamba Diallo, coming through the Seed Academy, the former AS Douane player. Really high expectations for him. He's the player with the number 2, who gets the ball, potentially out wide. Well, there's the drop in for 2, just trying to go over the top there, Abadou. Foul has been committed. See Perry have a little bit of a chit-chat with him.
It's going to be physical in there, and we've seen it be a feature of this tournament, is that when the fouls do come inside the paint, they come hard to avoid the and-one opportunity, and now a chance for Abadou to go to the free throw line. Played a lot of his basketball out in France, does Abadou. His career numbers are quite impressive. 13 points, 3.8 rebounds, 2.2 assists. And in yesterday's game, he had just 8 points on 20 minutes of play.
Chance for Abadou, French champion in 2012. You can't understand, a little bit of a sweat on the palm, maybe. That's what he was suggesting.
That's the 3rd time we've seen shooters miss the rim completely. I don't know if that's a good sign. So Robbie Knock.
Yeah, I'm very happy to have an exclusive interview coming up in the later in the game with Usher's going to be joined by the founder and the president of the Basketball Africa League, Amadou Diallo. Foul. we really are looking forward to that.
That's going to be fantastic. Just to get the insights and the direction of where the league could possibly be going.
Oh, it's got a very bright future, believe me. And the great thing is that he can talk about it because he's on home soil, of course, and he's a former Duke player as well. That's where it all started for him. So, of course, he'll have one eye on the game, the other eye on Usher, answering the questions, of course.
Well, I'll be coming to you guys later.
Indeed. Thank you, Usher. We're going to take a small little break, 12 points to 8. Beira with a 4-point lead. And as we just enter the 5-minute break. 12-9 the score for Beira. Mozambique team up against Duke. Both these teams are debutants. They've never managed to compete in the BAL-Africa League so far, but we did have Ferroviario de Maputo last season, but we had a Senegalese team as well, AS Douane.
AS Douane, and someone who know a little bit about that is Cheikh Bamba Diallo, because he played for them in the BAL-Africa League in 2021. Diakite goes to ground. He's been in the thick of the action.
Yeah, managed to win the Senegalese Cup at the same time and get himself a little switch over to the team that's playing in the BAL-Africa League. Raised a few eyebrows.
Well, they're going to use some of that experience for sure. He's known as a shooter, Diallo.
He is indeed. Long range out wide. That's sumptuously sunk there. It's a fine score there. Kennedy once again. He's already, how many points he got? He's on 9 points now, so he's on the cusp of hitting double figures with just over 5 minutes gone.
You very rarely see him take a bad shot, and when he does, it's all in rhythm and all at his pace, and he makes the game look easy at times, Kennedy.
Kind of player you want in your team, of course. Kennedy, 17 points, just like Perry in the first game, 4 assists. He was 80% with his 2-pointers in the first game, which is a fantastic percentage, of course. 3 of his 5 3-pointers, 60% there, but 70% for his field goal. Get him a stats sorted, of course, just coming into this one.
I'm so impressed, and what I must say is that 70% is around about his average, or what he averaged in the BAL qualifiers. That's why I call him Mr. Efficiency. He thinks about the shots that he takes. He doesn't go too early in the shot clock. Happy to see the ball move around, and that's the style of play that Ferroviario de Beira put on display every time they are on the court.
Prince Orizu coming on and going to the free throw line and trying to drop in a couple of points. First one's good, and the second too. That's a nice little advantage they got now at 8 points. They'll have to try and change things around. That's picked out of the sky there from Abadou. And now a little bit of a... It's a little bit wild from out wide. It's dumped in beautifully. Cheikh Bamba Diallo. You said, oh yeah, he's pretty good at long range, Q. Come on, that was just top notch, straight out of the top drawer. It just fell in beautifully. Good opportunity here for 2 more, but it's defended well. Right up, quick ball. Here it is, straight in. Oh! Abadou coming back and clearing his lines. Sorry, Mungwambe coming back and clearing his lines. Just have a look at that.
Just late on it was Mungwambe. And for Diallo now, it's starting to get a little bit of confidence here. You didn't have such a great outing in his first game for Duke, but this is a lot better already.
And that's going to go out. They're going to pick up possession here, Duke. They'll gain some confidence here. They need to get the confidence back.
He's already bettered his points output from the first game. He only had 3 points in 24 minutes, and he was 1 of 5, which is 20% shooting from the outside.
Hey, wait a second. We need to talk about someone who's going to be pivotal coming on for Duke, who has come through the Elevate project, of course, which is part of the BAL and the NBA Academy. Youngsters coming through, getting a little bit of game time here in the BAL-Africa League as they go racing out. Prince Orizu going through and trying to find his little bit of space. Bit of a charge going through, but he draws the foul.
Mungwambe played 19 minutes for his 2 points, but you can see what he is. He's an energy guy. Up and down the floor, you know, he does the intangibles, and this time just being really aggressive with ball in hand.
And there you can see the focus on Cheikh Bamba Diallo coming through the Seed Academy and just dropping in for those 3 points there. But watch out for Babacar Sane. We saw him play. He had got a lot of game time, didn't he? It was quite remarkable. 21 minutes he played in their opening game against Slack, which they went on to lose, of course, but he was outstanding. He was absolutely, he's got such a beautiful touch. It's, you know, it is poetry in motion. It's very desirable for the eyes, you know, when you see someone who's so graceful with his moves.
And listening to his teammate Lufile talk about him just a little bit, Shadrack Lufile, of course, he said that he's definitely a prospect that we should look at, highly talented, and he's scouted as a defensive player, but he showed us a little bit of his offense in that first opening game.
Ball comes out to Fai into the middle. That's just a bit of a wild pass. It's not good enough, but they've won it back somehow. Niang doing the business, going for a little bit of a dribble through the paint. Tries to get it in there. Too many defenders back. Perry straight down, picked out, and there it is. It's in the back. It is indeed. Excellent play. Ismail Numamed doing the business.
Excellent work in transition, and it's the recognition from Perry to see Numamed kind of cherry picking a little bit, but it was an easy two.
He's got great vision, isn't he, Perry? He just sees things. That's a nice little ball into the paint, and can he get up high? Well, he can. The ball gets up high as well, behind the backboard. Calm things down, calm things down. Don't go too quickly because you don't need to.
Couldn't have said it any better. That was another good possession. The foul, though, however, called. And just caught vision by Perry, making it easy for Numamed out in the open floor.
The atmosphere is starting to become a little bit more electrified as it was half an hour ago, I can promise you that. Fans making the noise. The Senegalese supporters here, getting behind Duke. There's the man in charge, Luis Hernandez. He's the 55-year-old, and there's his opposite number, 54-year-old Perfect Ajibom, who's got his assistant coach in Kardita Diop. 2015, a 5-point difference here, and, well, Duke very much in this game, but at the same time, they've got to go looking for the ball. They've got to try and get in there. Because Beira, well, they're not going to take any prisoners. It's a wonderful drive and a wonderful score there coming through for Prince Arizu. It's what he does best, Q.
Great decision by Numamed. Draws the two defenders, dishes off to the big man for the easy finish.
The attempted drive, that's really good work, excellent work. And he just rises up like a giant from below to get the score. Good score there for that man, Shadrack Lufile of the Democratic Republic of Congo.
I was just talking about him a little bit earlier, and he's in the game now to try and impact the paint with his size.
One of the players who's been brought into this squad, of course, to try and you know, make things happen.
Well, he certainly has an impact because he's got G League experience as well. Now let's have a look at Mungwambe drawing another foul and getting a chance to go to the free throw line again. That's the fourth team foul. Well, Duck now go into the penalty, so every single foul is going to see Beira to Beira go to the free throw line. Mungwambe's got some work to do. Just continue to try and make sure that he gets the score.
22-17, Beira just with a 5-point lead, doing particularly well. But they need to score those points from the free throw line. Not a problem there. Dropped in there by Mungwambe and Beira. That's a good long distance effort. Oh, that's the way to do it. Cheikh Tidiane Faye. He's the man who's been told that he doesn't shoot enough. He is now.
He certainly has been given license, and they are going to him every time down.
He's been given the license to thrill, and he is not upsetting anyone. 23-20, it's a 3-point game. We got things moving, the groove in the stands, honestly. This is just, you know, the verve and swagger up there is just top-notch. Usher's up there somewhere. I can't really see her. Let's have a look at the three-pointer again. High, dry, in she goes. It's an absolute beauty there from Faye, the point guard for Dakar University Club. We're going up the other end, of course, because, look, they picked themselves a free throw shot here. Jamil Kennedy.
He's at the free throw line
He's already got 10 points, double figures already, 4 rebounds, and he's 1 from 1 from the free throw line.
Well, he has Canadian and British citizenship, and he's played in England, Spain, Finland, Portugal, and France.
It's not bad, is it? It's you know, it's all of those stamps in your passport basically means that you've got a good taste of different cultures and different lifestyles. It's the way to do it.
It also means that you've got a little bit of game and you continue to pick up these great contracts.
Picks it up nicely. There it is. Oh, it comes out wide. Good opportunity. It drops in. Oh, it's just come off the ring. Not a perfect shot there coming in from that man, Chadrak Lufile, but they get the ball back and, well, bundled over. Good opportunity. Nomad gets the ball on the right-hand side, around inside, but goes outside, calling for the foul, of course, which will be given as well. Hamid Tariq Ali, who's the...
We're looking for the foul and then calling for the goaltend on the follow there, and I think it was awarded, so he's going to get a chance to shoot 1 free throw.
Only 1.
27-20.
Yeah.
Basket was awarded.
We're going to have to get Usher to come back down from dancing up in there with all of the fans, so that she can conduct her interview perfectly.
She's having way too much fun right now.
She's having way too much fun. Goes up and it goes in. The chuckle of Usher in the background is contagious, I tell you. We love it. As we see Duke taking the ball out, we're into the last 20 seconds. There's a 9-point lead, and they've moved ahead. If they can get 3 points, it's a different scenario. It looks a lot better on paper. And, well, there's a foul, surely down by Nurma Mad. And the call is that there's nothing in that. And an element of disappointment. We have a timeout that's been called because it makes sense, and it's Beira who have made the call out, called the timeout, sorry, 29-20. All right, so Q, basically, they've had a couple of good opportunities where they can get back into this game, Duke. It comes down to what we saw a little bit earlier on, of course. We saw Slack play second fiddle to, or second drum to Monastir, 55-76. The same scenario. Duke got to get those points, turn your possession into points, and really just hold forward to the back. You've got a good chance of, you know, playing against some of the good teams in this competition.
Well, they've really got to just continue to try and maximize their offensive possessions. Ferroviario de Beira are very good at squeezing out and making you take high pressure shots. That man Jamal Kennedy has been efficient again. 11 points, 1 of 3 from the outside, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And he just accumulates his points in a graceful manner. That's wide open on the 3-point line. He's able to distribute the basketball. He's also picking up rebounds, and he just goes about his business very, very quietly and accumulates stats in a very graceful way.
Doing well so far, Mr. Efficient, as you like to call him, and well, he wants to keep his percentages quite high, and at the moment he's doing pretty much that, isn't he?
Yeah, 11 points, 5 rebounds. It's a good outcome and a good performance in the first quarter.
Beira have possession. Perry's the man who will take the ball from under the basket, picks it up. They're taking it forward. Last few seconds before the end of the first quarter. Perry goes up, off the ring it goes. Second chance comes down, and that's the end of the first quarter. And Beira just staying ahead. That 9-point lead will, well, just go down quite well, I'm pretty sure, with their coach, Luis Landes, who knows that they've done a pretty good job so far. It's 29 points for Ferroviario Beira, 20 for Duke of Senegal. So 29-20 after the first quarter, with Beira in the lead. They're doing quite well so far against Duke. Duke, well, they've got a little bit of work to do, haven't they, to get themselves back into this, but they've had opportunities, and they have offensively showed off their attacking capacity, but they really need, it's all about possession points, isn't it? You know, you've got to make that link. If you're not making that link, then it's going to be an issue. Defensively, doing pretty well. stealing the ball, making a couple of turnovers, but you've got to match, you know, that Beira team, because they're looking quite well with Kennedy leading the way.
Robbie, you're going to hear this all the time. Basketball is a game of runs, and it's the ability to capitalize on those runs that will often shift momentum or give you the game victory. Ferroviario had a good run in the first quarter. At some stage in the second or third, DUC are going to come back. How well they come back or how well they're able to maintain that run will determine where they are, I think, going into the second half. So we'll wait and see how it all unfolds.
Okay, start of the second quarter then. Beira of Mozambique. In possession, Perry just dropping it in the middle. An opportunity to get it back out to Perry. He's very quick, he's very slick. His passing is good as well. Gets the ball into the hands of that man, Suizu, but unfortunately can't work their magic. But they will get possession back. You can just see the frustration there on Jamel Kennedy's face, but
looking for that left-handed pass, but it was clogged in the lane.
Snatched out of the sky. DUC on the charge, trying to get themselves the points. The points are in the bag. That's beautifully done. Bassirou Bar is the man.
The crowd starting to get into it, and that's what happens. The momentum shifts on each score.
No Mamad going in, trying to drop it in from high. Comes back off the ring. It's a good opportunity here for DUC to get back in. There's 2 plays they haven't scored. Hamid Tariq Ali, one of the new recruits for DUC, gets the ball out. Is Abdurrahman Diop into the paint. Trying to use that big body of his to try and get around. That's delightful stuff. Chadrak Lufile of the DRC showing what he's capable of doing. And with the point tallies coming down very quickly, Perry going through the middle, beautifully done. Saw the boulevard open up, Q.
Back and forth we go. Nice score by Perry, but also Chadrak Lufile using his size on the inside. And he's a former Final Four contestant in the NCAA and showing some of that pedigree in the paint.
It's 3 points from downtown! How about that? The fans are absolutely loving it, and it's the same man, Bassirou Bar, producing the goods from way away from the basket.
Making up for his opening night performance where he had no points, now coming alive here at Dakar Arena.
A tantalizingly close scoreline now, which means that it's a good time to go and speak to someone who knows a lot about Senegalese basketball and basketball in general, not just in Africa, but around the world. Joining Usher Kumagushi is the founder and the president of the Basketball Africa League, Amadou Diallo Fall. Usher.
Well, thank you very much, Robbie. Now, Amadou, your former team, DUC, are playing so far right now on the floor. But generally, what do you think about the level of the competition?
Look, from day one, and especially on Sunday, sitting here courtside, watching some great basketball. You know, the teams have definitely done their homework. They've recruited. And most importantly, I know everybody wants it. Everybody wants it. Last year, we didn't know what to expect. And although we were very pleased with the first season and how it turned out, we didn't have so far the blowouts that we've seen last year, especially with Monastir. They played a nail-biter in the first game. Their experience, you know, at the end of the day, showed up. But these games are very competitive, and I'm loving it.
Now, today is the International Women's Day across the world, and earlier on there was an event, the Ball for Her. Can you tell us more about what the BAL is doing for women empowerment?
So, look, we have a commitment to making sure that as we talk about building an ecosystem, building an industry around basketball, women are very present, you know, because women's sport, women's basketball is extremely popular across the continent. Today, before the tip of the first game, we had a discussion, you know, with, you know, many young ladies who are playing basketball and some coaches, both from the Federation and the Seed Academy, presented role models like Liz Mills, who is really a true pioneer, now as head coach of IS Saleh, was the head coach of the Kenyan national team this past summer. You know, Monica Edwards, you know, running a former WNBA star, running the NBA Academy Girls program. and Demisola Abudu, who is the country lead director for NBA Nigeria, to come and share their experiences with these young ladies who are looking at opportunities in the sports industry, not just as players, but to see this living example that it is possible. We are committed to making sure that, young ladies, young girls have equal opportunities to be in our league and go as far as possible with a career in sport.
Now, each of the 12 teams taking part in Season 2 of the Basketball Africa League have an NBA Africa Academy player. What does that mean for the future of African basketball, especially in the next 10 years?
Our BAL Elevate program is going to have tremendous impact, not only for the maturation of the players, but as we see it, some of them are actually playing consistent minutes. I think we are assigning one NBA Academy players to each BAL team. It's a way to, continue to help them continue their maturation, but at the same time we are infusing fresh new talent into these teams. And I think from the feedback I'm getting, people are going to really pay close attention because some of these young players are real prospects. They have big ambitions and big dreams, just like we have big ambitions for the Basketball Africa League. So I'm very proud to have an opportunity now to bring them along and see them as contributors in what is going to become one of the best basketball leagues in the world.
Now, you formerly played for DUC, who are on court here, and you see the ambience inside the Dakar Arena. As a Senegalese, how do you feel, but also really as an African?
These DUC fans are legendary, I mean, everybody knows the students, and, when they are committed and then they move in pact, and this is what happens when they play, this atmosphere here. Obviously, we'll continue to build. Saturday was tremendous, and they're coming back with the same level of energy. And also the Deuxième Game Day, as we call them, these fans that come to every game, and they will play the whole game. That's the kind of atmosphere that we are going to continue to create. It helps that the competition on the court is top-notch.
Thank you very much, Amadou Gallo-Fall, who's the Basketball Africa League president. It's a one-point game. Back to you, Roby.
Thank you so much, Usher. Thank you so much, Amadou, for spending this time with us. It's an absolute thrill to hear what the president's talking about in terms of the ambitions and the fans and the impact, the industry that's being created here. Now, not talking about the big ambitions, what about Boubacar Sane there, dropping in to say hello with a three-pointer. Ahly, one of the new recruits for DUC. Look, they're ahead. DUC have moved ahead.
It's so fitting. It felt like he was commentating the game when Boubacar Sane hit the three and DUC went ahead.
It was the way it was meant to be. It's Perry's trying to go for two. Draws the foul and produces a beautiful layup to add two to the tally. Beira doing some great stuff offensively.
Well, DUC managed to crawl back from 9 points down to make this a possession-by-possession game. You'll see both teams will continue to fight, but it is great, I think, for in-fans arena and for fans at home that we have this competitive match on right now. 37-36 it is. Ferroviario 1 point ahead.
You have got to be absolutely insane to be not watching this. This is turning into a very frenetic little battle here taking place at the Dakar Arena. It is Beira of Mozambique who are 1 point ahead of Dakar University Club, the home team. Look at these fans. They are having an absolute blast. The djembes are out, the talking drums, the moves, the grooves, the dancing, the skills. They are having so much fun, and they're going to make a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise that's taking place here, Q, tonight.
The fans in the stand matching the energy on the floor. It's back and forth. Two juggernauts going at it, and Perry knocks down that one just to give Ferroviario a semi-comfortable 2-point lead.
I mean, Tariq Ali dropping in 3 points just earlier. I mean, come onto the court. We got Boubacar Sane, who's the 18-year-old, who's an absolute joy to watch, very precious. And you've got that man out wide as well, Bassirou Ba. This is second three-pointer, I think. Look what, he's up to 8 points now.
It's the sixth three-pointer for DUC, and that's how they got themselves back in. They managed to find a touch from long range, and it's inside out, elevate, and rip the net.
Elevate yourself to a new level, why not? And that's what they're doing. We are just reaching heights that we haven't seen before by Duke, and they are producing the goods. This is sterling stuff, and Kigali! Oh my word!
They have caught fire from the outside, and now it's a 4-point lead for Duke.
Yeah, we got a few trees that'll be planted as well, because Tariq Ali's taking the ball forward here on the edge of the D. It's just coming off the rim. And there's the foul that's been committed. It was so close, because that would have been a turnaround, wouldn't it, in a big way. There he is, just creeping just around the outside. Oh, that is a delight. You know, the feet come up, you know, bend knees as well. It's a nice little gesture, but it was always going to hit the target.
So high on that shot. And of course, we're talking about Threes for Trees, a BAL initiative where they partner with New Fortress Energy, with trees are donated for every 3 made. And what you can also do is share, like, comment on any hashtag BAL Green qualified social media post, and they will plant trees as well.
Can you do that?
Not anybody else, not only just the players, we can do it at home.
Can you all do that now? Can you do that? What is it, hashtag?
BAL Green.
Hashtag BAL tree. Come on.
Green.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. There's so much noise in here. Trees are green.
They sure
green.
are.
Here we go. Beira around the outside, just stepping back. It doesn't go in on that occasion. And the attempt to try and get his hands on it comes to nothing from Prince Orizu. A tussle deep down in Duke territory. The Giants trying to get hold of the ball. Oh, it's there. It's easy, isn't it? As soon as you get past Tariq Ali, he was on his own. It was a fine score, easily done by Armando Batista. Didn't play much time. Spend too much time on the court in the first game. I think it was 8 minutes for the captain.
Well, that was a great execution on the baseline out of bounds, just to find the open man. They'll try and do a little bit more of that here.
Out wide. I cut you off there. I'm sorry about that, as we see Boubacar Sani going through.
No problems at all. It's end-to-end action. Sane has been great. I thought the first game he was a little bit nervous, but still gave us great production. He's looking even more comfortable on the floor right now.
He's quite a big boy, isn't he? To say the least.
He's got a significant frame on him. Stands at 201, which is just about 6'7", and he does impose that size at the guard position.
Long-range effort, the tip-in doesn't come to anything. It was good work by Prince Orizu, who's also a big unit, but very capable of defending vociferously around the ring. There he is, doing the business and getting the pass out wide, hits the deck. He's good.
And they're going to need him to stay on the floor, Prince Orizu, because of the matchups that present themselves.
Now, gentlemen, just to give you a quick update from the Ferroviario de Beira bench, Ubise, who just got a small scratch on his right arm, is getting treatment, but obviously Orizu is doing a good job so far on the free throw line and on the other side of the court, but Ubise is fine.
Good news. Thanks very much, Asha.
I was going to say, Diakite and Lufile both at 120 kilograms and the same size at 205. They are, you talk about big units, there are 3 of them, and then they're all going to occupy some space up in that paint.
That's like a full-on 3-way clash of juggernauts, isn't it? It's like, you know, plate tectonics that are deciding to just shift and say, okay, let's just have a face-off for a minute.
I think they say when giants meet, the crown suffers. Is that the terminology?
It's whatever terminology you want, Q. That's the great thing about it. Make it your own. That's a nice little drop in that is by Prince Orizu. Watched on by the Spanish coach, Luis Hernandez. Oh! Set it up, put it in, set it up, put it in. That is outrageous. He's so good, isn't he? Sane!
So fantastic. What a great play. the connection for that alley-oop, and that's a highlight play for the young academy player.
I didn't even have words for it. Perry into the paint. Here they go. Beira trying to respond. They got a 2-point lead. The defense is solid, and they get the ball back. I want a replay. I need a replay. Ball comes out. Ahly cuts inside, lays it up. He knew it was going to be in his path. He knew it all along. Boom!
Fantastic court vision. Throws it up.
Oh, it's just rattled the ring, comes back out. Ahly ripping his hair out. He didn't literally, but he wanted to. That was the gesture. And you can understand his frustration. That would have been a key score at a key moment in the second quarter.
Ahly has been fantastic since he's been in the game. Only had 5 points in the opening encounter, but playing a different, looking like a completely different player.
Really good work, very strong play, and that's what they need to do. They are fighting for everything. This time it's your man, Shadrach Lufile, Kinshasa, from top to bottom.
It's tough going, and the momentum in the arena starting to sway towards DUC, and the fans are involved, and this is great for the home team. The timeout called here, 4-point game. There's still 2 minutes, 53 seconds left. That's so much time.
Now, the great thing is Usher's going to be listening in and finding out what exactly is going on. And because there's a lot of chit-chat going on here. Key moment in this game to find out how you're going to turn things around. DUC have taken a 4-point lead, Q, at a pivotal moment in the game.
Kennedy has gone quiet for Ferroviario de Beira. His 11 first quarter points. He's not been able to build on it. What DUC have done is spread the scoring. Ahly has 8, Diallo has 5, Ba has 8, Faye has 7. And let's not forget, Sane has announced himself again. He's contributed 6 points and that wonderful highlight play.
Yeah, but the thing is that he heard President Amadou talking about the importance of these young guys coming through, young girls coming through as well. Not in this competition, but in African basketball and world basketball. I mean, he should feel like he's into elevation because the guy is walking. You know, he's walking on water. That was just remarkable. He's not phased, is he? He's literally shaken off any kind of stress or nerves, like you said, and he's playing, you know, like a man possessed. Ahly dropping in a couple of things as well, you know, from distance. Nice bit of play from him.
Yeah, he's also been a factor for sure, playing both distributor and scorer, and getting their scoring sources from everywhere. And Robbie, you want to know if a team's playing well? It's when the ball is being distributed and a variety of players are able to contribute, and that's what DUC have done here in the second quarter.
Missed free throw, just a single one, picked up by Beira as they go wandering up towards the ring to try and get themselves those points. Oh, it's well, Prince Orizu unable to do anything. Ahly waits patiently this time. That's a smart move, isn't it? There's no need to just rush. They got a 4-point lead, okay, it's not massive, but just hold your horses. Hold your horses a moment. Wait for some of the cavalry to arrive and then go for it.
Playing with so much composure. They are moving the ball well. They're hitting their open shots, and as a coach, this is probably what pleases you the most. Lufile is a handful inside the paint. There's no way you can just shift a big body like that. You got to get in front of him, or you got to get around him. But once he establishes position, it's difficult, and so they force the foul.
I just started jiving because I can't stop. The rhythm has got me now.
It's hypnotic.
Soak it up. Enjoy this. Look, look. Usher's just at the back. You can't see her, but she's there.
Well, Robbie, I think you choose not to see me, honestly, at this point.
We love seeing you, Usher. We love seeing you. In she goes. It drops in. And, of course, we got another point that's just tossed in by Shadrach Lufile.
That's what we call a great sell. On Warsaw, getting ahead of the defense, and then Ba caught behind him. All he had to do was stop for a little bit, take the contact, and sell the foul. And because they're in the penalty, he'll go to the free throw line. This works because they stop the game clock, and it still gives Ferroviario de Beira a chance to get back in and make inroads into the score. Almost so one of the G League talents that we have. There are 8 players that have played in the NBA G League on display in the BAL-Africa League. And he played for the Salt Lake City Stars. Out of Nigeria, he is originally, and he also has U.S. citizenship.
You just know everything. You're just a walking archive. You're like a griot, one of the local troubadours here in Senegal. You're a man of knowledge and a man full of stats and information, Q. Listen, 2 minutes to go till the end of the half. 5-point lead, ball comes out, Beira going through a little moment, Nurmamad gets the ball out, the block's been made, can they steal the ball? Don't foul, ball doesn't go in. And a little element of frustration, you can just understand it's Boubacar Sané who fouls, and it'll be a chance for them to try and drop in a couple of points here because well, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get themselves back in. Ubise's the player.
Ubise puts himself in good position and has played now multiple games in the rotation. He's the preferred starting center for a reason. He's quite mobile. He plays above, or punches above his weight. He moves well, and it's a difficult guarding prospect. And we heard Asha talking about him receiving treatment. It's good that he's back out here and he's going to be contributing for Ferroviario de Beira.
Seems to be okay. Duke. Well, a little bit lucky there. There was a foul. Yeah, he's just got in the way of that man, Abudou. Little mistake there by Ubise.
Smart players on both sides. We saw Abudou selling it on this end, and now Abudou doing it on the opposite end. The referees have been consistent in the way that they're calling it, and the players are recognizing it and taking advantage of it. 4th foul for Rwanda. That's going to be tricky.
That is a little bit frustrating for the 34-year-old player from Mozambique. He's one of the starting 5 players, of course, so a key player for that man, Hernandez. So you've got to change your tactics. We saw it with Solo Diabate earlier on with US Monastir, but that was in the 3rd quarter, wasn't it? Still carried on playing. But they had a massive lead. It was different.
He's got to go off the floor. We might see him again in the 4th quarter, depending on how the game goes.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Dropped in there. And you can see that the points are just accumulating. Abadou of France with the solid from the free throw line. That's a really good pass. And the basket's been sunk. Look at this. It's 47-50. And there's a free throw shot as well thrown onto the pile. Look at this. Look at that gap. That pass there was sumptuous, right?
A great pass, but also a great cut. Mungwambe fakes and then goes back door. Kennedy drops it into the lane and allows him to pick up the foul and goes through the contact to get the and one.
I thought he went through the stage door at one point. It was so cunning. You could put a tail on him and call him a fox. He was so sneaky.
Gap recognition is what we call that, and
it's what you call it anyway.
It's what I call it.
What languages are we speaking? We're speaking the language. That's the language that we speak. Oh! Wow. How about that? Now that is a touch of class coming from Sané. Absolute genius. Lovely. He's stuck in the air. It was just, you know, he was hanging in the air.
Cloud eating is what I call it.
Oh, cloud eating. They make up these names all the time. The rebound's good, and it's been dropped in.
Back and forth we go. It's a 2-point game, and we're into the final minute, Robbie. It's been end-to-end action.
Yeah, this is great, and the atmosphere is just electric. As Hamid Tariq Ali gets the ball, he gets a little bit of a block. The ball comes out real wide into the corner. I think the foot was over the line, was it not?
It sure was.
Sheikh Tidiane Faye.
This could be an opportunity for what we call 2-for-1 if they go early in the shot clock. Sané hanging in the air. Nimamade.
Rebound once again, and it's been a... God, look at that, the scramble, the physicality, working so hard. Jordan Abadou.
again, in the context of the game, that was the right play. They just didn't get the finish. And now the ball shifts back the other way. With both teams in the penalty. So to the free throw line we go. There's very little to choose between these two teams.
Both teams, of course, losing their opening clash. That was it was Beira losing against US Monastir. Duke, a little bit disappointed that they didn't manage to produce the goods and get the right result against Slack. There was a massive crowd here, just like there's a big crowd here today. But I mean, it was electric. It really was. Someone had plugged in the whole stadium, and it was, well, they didn't even need to plug it in. It was all natural energy that was just buzzing around here in the Dakar arena. But they just lost the thread in the final quarter, drifting away 70-85. Here tonight, it's a different game, isn't it?
It certainly is, and this game is big for both of these clubs. Lose here, you go 0-2, and then you start to face the prospect of qualification becoming slimmer and slimmer. Win, and then you draw equal, back to 1-1, and then also take some of that winning psychology into the next game.
In possession, 15 seconds left on the clock. And only 5 seconds left to try and get your shot in. There's the battle. They've lost possession here. It's been won. Get the ball up. Ahly is a chance. Can they get it up there? Go! It's still alive. Still a chance. Oh, the pass is not great. It's there, but the buzz is gone. And the end of the game. Excitement right to the very final phase. Last second, the millisecond. And it's over. The first half has been concluded. 50 points for Beira of Mozambique, 53 for Duke of Senegal. But honestly, how much excitement can you take?
I'm not sure I can take much more of this. It's absolutely fantastic basketball here at Dakar Arena. And I know halftime score, Ferroviario de Beira 50, Duke 53. We'll be right back.
Well, you can see that the players just warming up now. 3 points with Duke leading Ferroviario de Beira. It's Mozambique's top team. And they won the East Division at the end of 2021 to qualify, of course. And there's Jordan Abadou, 8 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. And they're coming up against Duke, champions of the 2021 season. The Nacional 1, if you like. That was back in October that saw them deny AS Douanes from coming in and taking part and to get themselves a place in this competition, this wonderful competition. We heard from President Amadou Diallo Fall earlier on with Usher. Q, this is big if they can get this victory out here today, because they need to hit back from their initial loss against Slack in the opener.
It's big, it's going to be huge, and if you recall from the opening game, the fact that they came out in flat in the third quarter might be playing on their mind. This is the make or break quarter as far as Duke are concerned. They've got to play better than they did in the first game, and by all means and by all the signs that we've seen so far, that they look ready, and they got to come out with the same energy they finished the second quarter with, and then they'll be okay. Ferroviario de Beira are going to stay there. They're fighters. They're not going to go away anyway. They're going to stay within their system. So it's going to be interesting viewing here in the third quarter. But for Duke and Ferroviario de Beira, it's make or break. This third quarter is going to be so crucial.
Stephanie Barksdale, who is about to get the teams back out onto the court. We're ready to go. And we've got 2 more quarters to find out who's going to separate the men from the boys. But at the end of the day, the boys are actually shining. So we'll separate the boys from the men. I don't know what it is. But Boubacar Sané, a standout player so far at just 18 years of age. It's a platform for anybody to shine. If you're good enough, you can do it. If you can do it, then you will shine. It's now. It's right now.
Holding his own, shining from the inside and the outside. And this is the second game that we've seen him earn his minutes. What this does is that it validates the 13th open roster spot and shows that the NBA Elevate, the BAL Elevate program is working well. And these young players actually do have value to add to the rosters, playing with older peers. And that also sets up a pathway that they can then capitalize on.
Khadija Diop, who is the assistant coach to Papet Ajibon, who you heard from in that feature just at halftime. Here we go then. It's time to get this show on the road. Let's see what spectacle is waiting for us now. the fans, the music, the atmosphere, it's all good. We are hungry for more of that electricity. Well, the attempted drop in to say hello by Shadrack Lufile doesn't find its final destination. One thing that we haven't seen here is Perry dropping in for threes from distance, something that he really did well in the first game against Monastir.
It's the way the defense is set up and what they're denying, and Ubise inside just gonna get the foul call. I think it's gonna be called on the defense, and yes, it is the blocking foul. Ubise puts the ball on the floor, and Sane comes across, but his body position not great, and it's a blocking foul. It was already falling to the ground by the time the contact had come, and in the act of shooting. And I think the call from the referee is that it's going to be on the ground, and referee Stephanie Barksdale just says that that's not going to work. Sideline, out of bounds, still Ferroviario ball.
There he is, Pavet Adjivon, the man in charge, coach of the Senegalese team as well. That's a lovely layup, wonderful lane that he cantered down before dropping in his 2 points to make it a 1 point game.
Great use of the dribble penetration to evade two defenders for the right-hand finish.
Dropped into the middle, good chance, here they go again. Lufile getting the ball, gets it out wide. Tariq Ahly, oh, it's beautiful, the pass. The credit goes to Tariq Ahly because he just set it up sensationally for the Frenchman Abadou.
Ahly is playing a different game today. He's a completely different player.
That's a lovely, lovely shot from out wide as well. Dropped in sumptuously by Jamel Kennedy. He has to get back into the game, and he's just underlined the importance of him being on court.
He went quiet in that second quarter. No points for him for that, and he'll be happy opening it up this third with that three-pointer.
Here's Faye. Faye cuts down, gets the ball back out. Lufile. Tariq Ahly. It's a good, well, it's not good enough, I'm afraid. That shot there from Abadou, a little bit short. Tidied up, taken forward by Kennedy. Kennedy to Perry. Perry back in the middle. And a big charge that ends with the big man on the ground.
Early signs now that Ferroviario are just playing a little bit more free. There's not as much defensive pressure on them to start out the third, and that's dangerous as far as DUC are concerned. They've got to put more pressure on. Ahly draws two defenders, drops it in, and all the hard work done for the easy finish. Jamel Kennedy knows how to knock it down from long range, and he adds 3 more to his total. Leads all scorers with 14 points.
Yeah, he's got no fouls so far. Like the way that he's playing. Abadou, the first player to hit double figures for DUC. But a lot of players who are just, they're browsing around at the on the fringes of getting themselves into the double digits, but it's not the case just yet. That's a beautiful pass. Look at that, oh my word. And it was nearly taken all the way by Sane. The pass from Tariq Ahly. Oh, he gets knocked off his feet there. That was, he's holding his ankle there. It's his shin more so, isn't it, Hamid Tariq Ahly? Seems to be okay, but absolutely flattened by Helton Ubise, who, to be honest with you, is probably one of the burliest chaps on court.
Sane's miss goes to ground hard, and then on the other end, Perry gets into a little bit of trouble. Ubis, I think, lucky not to get away with a Claro foul call. Didn't really make a legitimate attempt at the basketball.
It was like eliminate the man from the equation kind of scenario.
Yeah, that was clear playing the man and not the ball on that one.
There you go. Q's making the call. Sane, Tariq Ahly, way downtown. Oh! Put it in there! Celebrate in style. That is sensational. Into double figures goes one of the DUC boys along with Abadou. Top scorer for the men in black.
Big time three and playing fantastically, still on fire.
It's another good shot. Well, you respond in that way. Randy Unuasur, we haven't really seen too much of in this game so far, gets himself up to 8 points.
Quietly accumulating them, but big shot in the context of the game.
Sane's shot goes over the top. Perry takes it back up court, waits for a little bit of support, gets it out wide, gets it out down the left-hand side this time. Unuasur, slick passing from the Beira boys. Perry! And there it is! He finally shakes himself down and drains the three from way downtown. I think it was in the green belt. He was in the countryside.
You called for it, you got it. Perry knocking down a long-range bomb.
Stunning shot that was. I think there's a lot of electricity in here now, not just in the stands. There's a lot on court. And I think we got a game, well, we definitely got a game on, but who's going to go for it next? Going out from the outside in the last few phases of play that we've seen. Look at that. That's just the other side of the halfway line.
Well, what you can do, I can do better, says Ahly, has knocks down from.
It's all in the head. It's all in the head. No, it's not all in the head. You've got to be physically astute as well.
90%, 90% in the head, 10% physical. Mind over matter.
Beira, 4 points up. Mozambique champions in the lead. What's done by that man, Parfait Adjivon.
Abadou gets called for the hold. Danger now, that's his fourth foul.
He's going across and claiming that he's only got 3 rather than 4. He's a little bit frustrated there, Abadou. But the call is obviously a 4th foul. But he's got to be careful walking on thin ice. You've got to be really careful in the way that you conduct yourself. But you can see that he is riled. And I know French, and I can lip read what he's saying.
I don't think the viewers at home want that translation.
No, he's saying, I only have 3, I don't have 4. Trois et pas quatre. Here we go. Beira.
Smart play by Kennedy. Saw the defender coming out at him. It was in between a shot fake and a shot attempt, but because the defense was coming out so quickly, went into the shot attempt and drew the foul.
Yeah, 14 fouls now for Duke. They got to be a little bit careful here. It's not the prime time scenario that they experienced at the end of the second quarter. They put themselves a little bit in trouble, just losing the thread marginally. At the same time, when a team drops their heads momentarily, the confidence is not there. The momentum for their opponents will just surpass. That's exactly what's happening here, Beira.
I'm going back to my statement about basketball being a game of runs, and Kennedy already knew that the foul was going to be called. I think they're just disputing whether it's a 2 or a 3. It is his chance to shoot either way. The run from Duke came in the second quarter. Ferroviario de Beira tried to hold strong. They were trailing by 3. Now it's their turn to go on a run, and the coaches and the players have just got to manage it. If they stay within, I think, 5 to 7 points, then it's still going to be game on. Technical foul call.
Technical, finally, yeah.
And referees, I think, awarded the double tick.
Well, obviously you can see that the game is heated up on both ends of the court.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of tension on both benches, but whoever manages that better is, they have a high percentage of winning the game.
Yeah, it's you can really feel it, can't you, Asher? It's definitely present. There's a lot at stake here. Remember these two teams, they played valiantly. They played like lions, basically, in their opening games, but they didn't get the right results. So there's a lot of pressure on these two coaches, remember. You know, Luis Hernandez, the Spaniard, you know, he's a proven winner. We've got Parfait Adjivon, who also knows what winning is about. They want to get themselves the right result. 2 losses in 2 is not good.
It's not good at all, and I think maybe a little bit more pressure on Coach Adjivon, because this is the hosts. They are the hosts. We are in their arena, and then he's got to come away with the win.
6 points separate Beira and DUC now, and all of a sudden it's a turnaround scenario. But it's amazing, you know, what a 3-pointer can do in a game that's really tightly fought out. And here he goes on a little bit of a wonder. That was nearly in. Nice piece of play there from Jake Tidiane Faye, but, well, you don't celebrate if it doesn't sink, and it didn't. Perry. Ball that wide. Opportunity. Onuasu tries to drop it in. It's neatly done. That is fantastic. And a brilliant score there from Randy Onuasu, the Nigerian.
Just great use of the screen. Had enough space to get the shot up. He knocked it down.
Double figures for the Nigerian. 11 points now. Tariq Ahly into the paint. There's the movement. And Chadrick Lufile draws the foul.
The zone that Ferroviario are playing allows for that isolation there. Good read by DUC to get the ball inside and just allow that one-on-one play. They draw the foul, and it's going to get them a chance now to just talk it over at a timeout.
Beira 68, DUC 59. Take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Don't go away. Oh, no. Well, all of a sudden, you know, you can blink your eyes, and there's one side who's leading by 5-6 points, and then you close them again. And look what's happened. Beira of Mozambique, southeastern Africa, 68 points to DUC of Senegal, 59. They really have to go through that run, as you call it, and get themselves that run, that confidence run. As soon as you get on the escalator, it'll take you to the promised land in a big way, because we've seen it before. They know how to do it again, and these Rams, they want something. But all credit to Beira and what they've done. Harry stood up and said, okay, well, now's probably the right time that I just drop in and say hello. He said hello.
They certainly have said hello, and in this third quarter, the score now 18-7 on that make. And that just tells you how quickly the game of basketball can change. They've got to compose themselves, see if they can just get a couple of stops, and it'll get them back in the game.
Well, it's interesting you say that Coach Parfait just talked his DUC players that they need to play very good defense, try and get that ball into the paint and make sure that they can at least crush in for the rebounds, because that's how Ferroviario de Beira are getting the rebounds and running the transition and scoring very easily on the other end of the court.
There's a line violation there, just coming across a little bit too early, so we'll go back and he'll get the chance to try and sink this. Chadrick Lufile. Democratic Republic of Congo comes back off the ring, his second attempt. A miss. Perry. Kennedy, Canadian, back to the American. Up against Hamid Tariq Ahly. Pick shot. It's nicely done. Goes out wide. A chance to cut inside, but the traveling call there. And a little moment of madness, because that's all it takes to turn things around, Q. We've been there before, we've seen it before, and we can see it again.
Big possession, and that was the right play by Ubis. He found that his teammate open on the outside, and that travel call could be a momentum shifter if DUC can make them pay here on this offensive possession.
So Adama Diakite's come on. We got Sheikh Bamba Diallo back on. We basically got our starting 5 besides Abdurrahman Diop. Abadou's not on because, of course, he's picked up those 4 fouls. You come on a little bit later on. Nice little turn. The ball comes out wide. There's a big shot coming in, but it's been, that is mine. That is mine, and no one's going to take it from me, says that man, Diakite. Diakite, attracting a lot of interest, by the way. Dropping in, a 3-pointer off the ring. Confidence is dropping a little bit. That's Diallo's effort. Got one of those in the last quarter, didn't get it on that occasion. sensational. Kennedy extends his tally to 20 points now.
Wide open, they left the shooter wide open. All it took was one extra pass, and you leave a shooter like that open, he's gonna make you pay.
Niang gets the ball back, out wide, a little bit of space. What options does he have? That comes off the leg, it's been knocked out. They'll get it over the other side.
4.6 seconds left. They're trying to shift the zone. They're looking for holes on the inside. They are looking to make that pass into the paint, but it's taking them too long on this possession. They get the shot clock reset.
It's a good opportunity. Oh, that's just come back off the metal. Trying to drop that one in. Bassirou Ba scoring a couple of those in the first half. Perry gets the ball out. It's a good moment. This is Onwuasor. Perry. Perry out wide. Loads of time, loads of space, and it's been drained by Kennedy.
Very rarely takes a bad shot, and when he's wide open, he knocks it down at a high rate.
You're going to give me that percentage in a minute, aren't you, Q?
You absolutely know I will.
Yeah, of course you will. Chance just in the inside of the tee. Now, their shooting is just not good enough at the moment. DUC are losing ground. They're trailing by 14. This is a real good third quarter. This is for that man, Perry, and the boys from Beira. All smiles. Look at that lead. All of a sudden, it's a 17-point lead. It's got to be a timeout there for DUC because, well, they're under the cosh in a big way.
They're being shut out of this game. It's coming from the three-point line, and it's the two primary assassins as far as the Beira are concerned. Perry and Kennedy playing some fantastic basketball. You can't leave him open. 3 of 6 from three-point land, shooting it at 50% right now. The game's leading scorer, 23 points, Jamal Kennedy.
Yeah, some very good body language taking place there between Kennedy, Perry. These are the guys who stuck out from the crowd in the opening game. Of course, they lost by 6 points to US Monastir, but they put in a good show for their first ever outing in the BAL-Africa League, especially in the second quarter, where they went ahead by 5. But Onwuasor also playing his part, and you can see by the scores there. Onwuasor with 11 points, Kennedy on 23, Perry with 13. But the main players don't have don't have fouls. You know, there's one foul for Perry. Kennedy hasn't got any fouls on him. Onwuasor's got one.
It's the defense they're playing. They're playing a zone, and they're matching up on occasion, and it's not an aggressive defense. It's just defending the space. They don't get themselves into too much foul trouble. I don't want to say this feels like deja vu, but in that third quarter, the DUC against Slack, they were outscored 32-11, and it's feeling like we're seeing the same thing happen here at Dakar Arena.
History repeating itself. Watched on by Ajibon, still very, well, he's a little bit more concerned after seeing his team just drop down 17 points all of a sudden. I don't know how that happened. 2 minutes left on the clock, a good chance for two. And the attempt to try and get the rebound comes back. That's really good work. That's a fine piece of play. Get it into the man in the middle. He rises up. Diop doing the damage.
27-9, the score here in the third quarter, if you're doing the count.
Drops it in the middle. That's a beautiful little drive. And the defenders just get magnetized to him. And as he charges through, you know what's going to happen. Prince Arizu's going to, well, look at that, come racing across there, and it was a bit wild there from Bassirou Ba.
You like to see the big draw the contact, but I would have liked to see him finish and get the N1 because he had Onwuasor to his right, two defenders closed on him. The extra pass might have seen an easier bucket, but he gets himself to the free throw line nonetheless.
I mean, Tariq Ali ready to come back on. He knows that he needs to, well, produce something. Bassirou Ba also heading off to the bench.
Well, Ali was their spark plug in that exciting second quarter. There's still a chance here for him to try and spark something in the final 1 minute 46 seconds of this third.
And the points were good from the free throw line there coming in from that man, Prince Arizu. Ali, well, very calm and composed, but once again, missing field goal.
Beira have out-rebounded DUC 37-20, and that's another glaring stat. They've been controlling possession on the boards.
Perry gets it out wide, that's nicely done. An opportunity to drop it in, but it's short. It's very short there from Elvis Hoana. Hoana's back on, despite the fact he's got 4 fouls. That is delightful, that's how you do it. And Sheikh Bamba Diallo with his second three-pointer out here today. Should have had a lot more because we know that he is so, so dangerous from out wide.
Gotta keep shooting the basketball to keep his team in it.
And they've stolen the ball back. It's Duke's time, maybe. Oh, miss, complete miss from down the left-hand side. And Sheikh Bamba Diallo nails it down the right, misses it completely, air ball.
It looked good, it looked online from this side, but fortunately for him and the DUC fans, completely offline.
Your glasses are on your box scores down there. You haven't even put them on. Off the rim, back out, taking the ball up court is this man Hamid Tariq Ali. They need to find an answer. Last 12 seconds, get a few points. Just close that gap a little bit before the end of the third. Tariq Ali from downtown. He's got to go for it. There it is, mid-range. Oh, it's a beauty, an absolute beauty. 67-79, 12 points. You can turn that around, surely you can. And Tariq Ali makes the difference, having come off the bench. We are going to take a break, and then we're going to come back with Usher, with Q, and we're going to break down what's going to happen in the final quarter. It's Beira 79, Duke 65. 79-67. There's 2 extra points on the scores now, on the doors. And let's have a look at the stats, and well, let's take a look at what's happened out here today.
43% for Duke, and I think that field goal percentage coming down there in that third quarter as they got outplayed quite significantly by Ferroviario de Beira, who added to their three-point tally significantly. 29-14 was the score in the third. Equal at the assists, 5 more steals for Duke, but what really does matter is the 79-67 point count, and it's not all over. There's still 10 minutes of great basketball action, a lot to be played for.
Yeah, but what really matters and what's more important is Usher's opinion. What's she thinking?
That's very true.
Usher, where are you? What are you thinking?
I'm just here, you know, behind the Ferroviario de Beira bench, and just, you know, the coach, Luis Hernandez, just told the players, drive in. When you attract 2 of the defenders, just dish the ball and off we go with the easy points. So let's see if they can execute that.
There's the ball coming over the top. It's a miss. It's a double attempt, but still can't drain the 2. Problematic there. 81-67. We need to see how this pans out and how frantic they will play. We've got players who are on 4 fouls as well, of course. I'm talking about Hoana. And the attempt for 2, neatly done, drained perfectly there by Prince Orizu.
Nice body position, and he goes to his strong hand for that easy 2 finish.
Basiro Bar, the other player, on 4 fouls. Abadou as well, the big Frenchman. They pick the ball up, they take it forward. Beira are on a mission. The big man comes through! Sink it, sink it, sink it. Prince Orizu. Look at that, he is fired up in a big way, isn't he? That was a perfect scenario. Oh, where did that come from, Q?
It's the perfect reply as far as Duke are concerned. After that thunderous jab, coming back, Hassan Ali, or Ali comes across and he hits the 3.
Kennedy, Perry. Perry drops the ball. No one there. Tariq Ali comes off the back. There's a, oh, there might be an offensive foul. All of a sudden, just 2 players getting in the way.
It's end-to-end stuff. And that 3-point huge by Hamid Ali, and then Onwasor creates for the big man to thunder it down, and it takes a lot of velocity to lift that much weight off the floor, and he does thunder it down.
Yeah, that was pretty bombastic, wasn't it, from that big man, Prince Orizu. Here he is again, mid-range 2, over the top. 85-70, Duke have to make a statement sooner rather than later. Tariq Ahly right out wide, good chance to drop it into the zone. The zone it is. Fighting valiantly to try and get a hold of possession. Yeah, jump ball maybe, they both pounced on it at the same time.
Possession arrow goes the way of Duke. It was indeed a jump ball. It's tough to interpret that as a referee. They have to go with the ball getting tied up, and so the possession arrow says Duke basketball, and so it is the host's ball.
Adama Diakite. Apparently there are scouts here to watch Adama Diakite. A real prospect. Tariq Ahly! Very important score that was. And that is just, well, added 3 to the tally. And he's got 18 points now. But he needs some help from his teammates to get them into this game and just reduce the arrears.
He's been the spark plug and got to continue to do so.
They get the ball back as well, Duke, on this occasion. Sipafet Ajibon communicating, so vocal. Perry's off for the moment, as we can see that they've got Ismail Namad, who's come on. He's on 4 fouls, remember. But with 7 minutes to play, of course, if he goes up, Perry just comes on to replace him in that position.
Well, he does give them just a little bit more options on offense. He's a slightly better finisher than some of his teammates, and he can shoot the 3 at a high percentage. Player management, as well as tactics, going to be crucial here down the stretch.
Tariq Ahly going for 3. Oh, that just came off, and he draws the foul again. Now, Namamad, that's his 5th foul, he's out. And, you know, they're part of the tactics. And Perry has to come immediately straight back on, I imagine. Let's just wait to see if this is... No, it's not a done. Oh, wait a sec. It's only on 3 fouls. I forgot I didn't bring my calculator. Usher, have you got my calculator? Come on.
Do you want to blame me now?
Moving on, Usher.
Yeah, he's still going to be on the floor for a while.
Yeah, sure. My reference was Juana. Usher, you can feel the tension, I imagine. I mean, what's going on? What's the chat going on around there, you know, behind the bench?
Well, obviously, when you look at the Duke technical bench, you can see that they have a lot of pressure. This is exactly what happened in their first game against Slack of Guinea on Saturday over the weekend. And now they've failed to beat the zone defense. And that's a big problem for them. They are also not rebounding. They're being out-rebounded by Ferroviario de Beira, and that right there is their Achilles heel.
Well, he's chasing down Kennedy's 23-point tally at the moment. Hamid Tariq Ahly, one of the new recruits for Dakar University club, just coming into this BAL. And he's off again. Onuaso gets the ball out. There's a traveling call. And Duke have possession. It's a 10-point game, a 3-pointer. And honestly, they're back in business. And you can feel the energy now here in the Dakar arena as the fans start to realize that it is possible. They can clamber back.
Big possession here. They've got to get a score on this one.
And talking about energy, Boubacar Sane, the NBA Africa prospect, is literally jumping up and down on the bench, waiting for his turn on the court.
Oh, look at that. That was defensive play from the highest order there from Mongwambe. And at the other end, they get those 2 points. That's a brilliant score from Beira.
It's big because it's the 2 points that were denied there and the quick transition bucket before the defense gets set up. Battle inside the paint to be looking on, but here, so you're going to get called for the foul. Diakite and it is getting tangled up once again. That's the third team foul for Ferroviario de Beira. Kennedy hands off, gets it back. It's lovely give and go, and that left hand finish to give them that very, very needed score.
Diakite back to Tariq Ahly. Boubacar Sane. He wants to shine. He wants the ball in the middle. He wants it in the paint. It's a mid-range shot. It's just not good enough, is it? Off the backboard, but just maybe rushed it a little bit.
Just a little.
That will come in time. He's only 18. Oh, look at that. They're fighting for everything. The ball comes out. Oh, they're a little bit lucky there. Out to Monastir. Needs support. 3 seconds left on the shot clock there, and it goes up, and it is not being drained. Tariq Ahly on the officials' radar. And a frustrating moment there for Duke.
It looked like a touch foul, and from that angle, he looked like he got hand on the arm, and so the correct call by the officials on the floor.
He didn't really complain.
It's an intriguing battle watching Ahly go at Kennedy, Kennedy go at Ahly. They're both the leading scorers for their respective teams, and then they're going to play a big role down the final minutes of this game. 26 points for Jamal Kennedy.
Yeah, he drops it in. That's nicely done from the free throw line. Duke on the right side of the 5-minute mark. The points are going to be very important. Boubacar Sane draws the foul. And another foul that's been picked up. You can see it's UBC.
Got a quick first step.
That's his 5th foul, and he's finished, I think. Am I correct in saying that? I am indeed, I think.
You are absolutely correct. It should be the end of Ubisa's afternoon, and that's...
Look at that, it's the big chest, isn't he? He's just a burly big boy, isn't he? Comes across, you know, pumps up his chest a little bit, and there he is. Ubise is fouled out. Sane with a chance to, well, try and find his range from the free throw line. Misses the first. Could get into double figures if he would have got that first one. Gets the second, 9 points for him.
2 of 4 from the free throw line on that make.
Nemamad just getting the ball out wide. It's air ball, Tariq Ahly. They've got numbers coming up big time. The ball comes out. A chance for 3. Oh, it's just come off the rim. Been knocked out there by a Beira player. They're claiming that it came off his foot, Sane's foot. They might have to look at the replay to see what happened there, but you can see that the reaction there from Ayad Mungawambe. And I think there's timeout, break, Beira 89, Duke 76. Back in a moment. So I don't want to say that you're a spy, Usher, but you've been spying, haven't you? Go on, tell me you've been spying.
Well, I wouldn't call it spying per se.
Sorry, reporting. What have you heard? What's the lay of the land?
Well, the Ferroviario de Beira coach Luis Hernandez just told his players they need to box out. They shouldn't let Duke get the easy rebounds there, and they're doing exactly that. They've been doing that all game through, and he hopes that they can see it through so that they can get this victory once and for all.
Well, they're working their passing game very well, just remaining very composed. Thanks very much, Usher. Q, things are starting to heat up now. Duke need to react very quickly as the ball comes straight through the middle. Loads of time. Oh, he just couldn't get his hands on that, could he? Very close there for Tariq Ahly.
I was going to say statistically that Ferroviario are dominating the boards 41-28, and if they continue to do that, it will lead them or have them in good stead down the later parts of the game.
13-point lead here for the team from Mozambique over the home team from Senegal. The ball goes back over the other side, goes out of play. In fact, a little bit of frustration you can see coming from Prince Sorizu, and they have possession. Tariq Ahly, a three-pointer would really do them the world of good, or a two. Oh, they're still not dropping in, are they? Diakite unable to roll it over.
He had the time and space and the matchup. Could have and should have done a little bit better.
Lots of time, Perry. Perry gets it out wide, there's a chance, there's a good drive down the left-hand side, it goes up and over and down. Neatly done there by Jordan, by Ayad Mungwambe.
Every score makes it more and more difficult for Duke as the time pressure continues to build.
They will get possession. There are a couple of changes here for Duke. They have to make Shadrach Lufile is going to come on. And Jordan Abadou, of course, who has been off because he's on 4 fouls, has to come on and make a difference now. Such a physical player, isn't he? Very intelligent player. He wants the ball straight away. He wants to get into this.
He's been on the bench for a while. We'll see if that affects his play on the floor.
Yeah, unable to get the rebound. It's Perry, who's just perfectly positioned, who just rolls the ball behind his back, working well with Jamel Kennedy. Those guys, they can play with their eyes closed, right?
They former teammates and their connection works, but that connection didn't work out as the steal comes away for Duke.
I thought there was a delayed hesitation because you didn't agree with me. But that's okay, you were focused on other things. Oh, neatly done. And there he is, Hamid Tariq Ahly dropping in for 2.
One or two possessions, and it can either be an opportunity for Duke to come back or Ferroviario will pull away.
Nouamad Abadou takes the ball forward. There's a chance here. And Duke trying to find themselves the way through the middle. The foul's been committed. And picking up another foul is Mungwambe.
Well, that
is his first foul, in fact.
5th team foul for Ferroviario.
It is, absolutely. First for him. A couple of extra steps going on there, but it doesn't matter. The foul had been committed.
Gets a chance now. Either way, the continuation or not, because they were in the penalty, you're going to get a chance to go to the free throw line. This is good for the Dakar University Club because the clock has stopped and they can continue to make inroads into the score. Pressure free throws.
And the first one comes back at him. Abadou, who's born just on the outskirts of Paris, picks the ball up. There's a good opportunity. That's better. That's better for him. And all of a sudden, they only lose a couple of seconds. He gets the 2 points and he draws the foul.
How much you would have liked to make those first 2, but makes up for it on the follow through the contact, and now a chance for the 3-point play and to bring the game back within 10. It's Lufile's hard work there. Abadou just had presence of mind to stay with it, and that's what we call good manufacturing under the rim to get that shot up.
And this time he lands it in a big way, Abadou. And look, you can feel the pressure. You've got to really go and get the ball now. Tariq Ahly chasing them down. Kennedy, Perry, and now Nouamad, who's been fouled. 220, 10-point game.
I think the foul called on Tariq Ahly just off the ball. Conference to just confirm that there was indeed an infringement.
Get to see the replay and we'll understand a little bit better of what happened, but I think your call is right.
Shot clock reset to 15 seconds.
Never matter. Oh, Perry! That pass, world class from Kennedy.
That connection, world class as well. The two of them just know how to play with each other. They have so much chemistry.
That's a beautiful shot. Look at that from Ahly. Picks up the 3 on the edge of the D.
26 points, his 6 3-pointer. A big one for Tariq Ali.
It's fantastic. After a, well, that's a wonderful layup. That is straight through the middle, just doing the business. He's looking quite hot there, Mongwame.
Game has just opened up a little.
Oh, that was just perfect, wasn't it? Dropped in. Bassirou Ba, he's been sensational from out wide.
Back within 8.
Well, there's still a chance. Of course, there's still a chance. Perry goes for 3. Comes back off. Picked up by Abadou. Tariq Ali. Now, what can they do? A little bit of opportunity here. Comes out wide. There's the 3 shot. The 3 shot's good! The 3 shot's good! That is sensational. Jake Bambadiano comes to the 4.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have a ball game.
Oh, the tussle. And the foul's been committed by Tariq Ali. We're so close to him, we can pick him up, but we're not going to do that. Let his teammates do that. The tussle with that man, Perry.
3-point
Nearly had it. He nearly had it.
Has been fantastic. He did nearly have it. And he goes to ground, and it still looks like he's slow to rise. That man, Jamal Kennedy, 27 points. Has been perfect from the free throw line. Also 9 rebounds. And he's been superb. Passing the basketball, has been everywhere as far as Ferroviario de Beira are concerned. They're going to need him right now in this final 70 seconds.
Comes off the metal, and a chance to take it forward. It's a 5-point game. They missed it. Now there's a chance. Oh, it just comes off the leg. It goes out of play. The clock stops, of course. We got a game on, haven't we? Game on. Quick change. Got to have a change. Oh, he's the 18-year-old. I think there's a timeout. There's a timeout that's been called by Duke. And, well, we got, what, 53 seconds left on the clock. This is interesting, isn't it?
Last touch. Ferroviario de Beira, no doubt that Duke want to make a play call. Coach Aljivan looking for his best options out of this baseline out of bounds play. They hit a 3 or even get a score out there, and 1, and then it is really going to be pressure time for both these teams.
We have yet to have overtime. We could have something on the horizon here. It's just so possible. But just look at these rounds. It's International Women's Day, and well, I can tell you that everybody's having a party here.
Well, the crowd have now got a reason to get back in it. Duke have fought hard to bring it back within 2 possessions. Anything can happen in this final 53.2 seconds.
Usher, we need to hear from Usher because something's going on over there. What kind of tactics? What does a coach say to his players, you know, with 53 seconds left on the clock?
Well, at this point, you either take the risk to shoot behind the arc and cut down the deficit to just 2 points, or you go for the easy 2 and try to play good defense and go all the way. Let's see what Duke will decide to do on this possession.
Such an important moment for both teams. Didn't manage to win their openers. Beira of Mozambique, or Duke of Senegal, the locals. Good opportunity there to try and get the ball up. Well, there's going to be a foul. They've got another foul. They've drawn another foul. There's another chance to try and score from the free throw line. It's going to be the trend, I think. You know, I mean, you said it before, but honestly, stop the clock. Well, we've had 4 seconds that have gone down, and they got another chance to try and score from the free throw line.
This is pressure. This is probably the desired outcome. Send the big to the free throw line, see if he can make some free throws.
Chadrak Lufile of the DRC misses his first. This one needs to nail it. Just keep your eyes on Jordan Abadou, the Frenchman, because If it doesn't go in, he's going for the rebound, but he's being heavily marked.
Just a little bit of niggle starting to creep into this game, but that is healthy. That is healthy competition.
Lofile gets the one. It's a 4-point game. Kennedy gets the ball out to Nurmamad. Tariq Ahly. Got to get points from each phase of attack. Perry wasn't an option there. They got the ball back. Tariq Ahly. It's a chance here. Gets the ball out. Long-range shot from the left side. Comes back out. Perry takes it. Oh, he's had it slapped out of his hands. And they can't believe it. And Beira look like they'll get possession here.
I believe the call was that the ball bounced out, and Abadou was really fighting it because he's calling for an instant replay trigger. They want the call made. They want it looked at.
Actually, the referee from Egypt, Amir Aboul, called a line infringement on Abadou.
Perry under a lot of pressure. Thanks, Usher.
Thank you, Usher.
We got 25 seconds. There's a chance it comes out wide, and they're just playing around with it now. There's 15 seconds left on the clock, and they're just going to use up that clock time. I think there's a foul that's been committed there by Cheikh Bamba Diallo.
Well, we couldn't tell from that replay, but there was a second there where Abadou pulled his foot back on the baseline, and I guess from that angle, it looked like the referee probably got it right. It's going to be a controversial moment going down the stretch, but that's when referees have got to make those crucial calls. That's the 5th foul now. 15 seconds there. Perry's going to go to the free throw line. I think he is their best free throw shooter. Kennedy and Perry, both very, very capable free throw shooters.
Perry being such an important player out there today, but he's just come on at key moments. There's Tariq Ahly, 5th foul. Of course, he's out now. 15 seconds remaining. Perry looking to try and extend his tally to 8. From 15 points. And this is the first. Second shot is good. 96-91. 5-point game. They need to get points straight away. There's a big drive through. Time's running out, of course, as you can see, but Bassarouba provided us with some fine long-range shots from out wide, the youngster.
11 points for Bassarouba, but these 2 free throws absolutely big in the context of the game. Prince Rizu picks up his 5th, and the player resources on both sides starting to thin out.
Well, Ferroviario will be very lucky that there's just 9.9 seconds on the clock, because you have Orizu and Ubise both out. That's something they'll have to worry about going forward in this tournament.
Can't miss those free throws. Just can't miss them. And they'll probably have a few regrets in some of the shots that they've actually missed from the free throw line. The percentage hasn't been amazing. But I'm sure you'll tell me about that at one point. Well, the second goes in. 96-92.
Well, Dirk have been 15 of 27. That's 55% from the free throw line. And that's certainly an area that they will look back on with regret.
And Beira with a timeout with 9.9 seconds left on the clock. Well, honestly, for any of the neutrals out there who just love basketball, you really have been witnessing quite a sensational adventure, really. It's been an intrepid voyage that's taken us all over the place. The journey has been incredible. It has created so many emotions. It's been fantastic. We also got a very exclusive interview with the BAL president and the founder of this wonderful competition, Amadou Diallo Fall. Yeah, sorry.
And we still have 9.9 seconds of this contest left, and it's not over. Free throw line is going to be crucial. The ability to knock down quick jumpers can change the outcome of this game, but pressure and the ability to read on the floor, there's going to be a quick foul. And Ferroviario de Beira probably going to go to the free throw line. DUC can come up and hit a quick three. It changes the perspective again. A quick foul, and they've got to keep making free throws. Free throw line is going to be the make or break of this game, and the ability to make those threes.
It's not over until it's over.
It's not over until it's over. This is still a lot of time on the clock.
4 points, 96-92. Would have been better if he'd have got one of those free throw shots, but it doesn't matter. It's the way it is. Numamat has the ball. He's going to try and find one of his players. Perry's man marks. He gets the ball out. There's the first foul. And it's Diop who makes the foul. There's Tariq Ahly, 26 points.
Captain Armando Baptista at the free throw line.
Someone you know.
I have played against him well, I can't remember the year exactly. It would probably be 2009.
You just don't want to reveal your age, do you?
Could have been 1985.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
19.
For all we care.
It was when in 1974, you know, just the inaugurations. Come on.
He made both, nonetheless.
8.8 seconds remaining. Got to go for a three-pointer. They've got to get it up there. They've got to make some scores. Oh, it's just come off the ring. There's the foul. Yeah, that's a little bit too physical. It's all over. It's all over, ladies and gentlemen. And it is Beira who record their first victory here at the season 2 of the BAL-Africa League. 98-92. DUC have to come back and hit back in their third game. They've still got 3 to play. Anything's possible, to be honest with you. Lots of basketball to be played. But as I said, it's been an interesting affair. But it's Beira who registered victory here today.
An outstanding afternoon for that man, Jamal Kennedy, 27 points. Anwaso chipped in with 11. Perry, 16. Mungu Wambe, I suppose, was the surprise package with 15 points for Beira. Tariq Ali tried hard for DUC, 26 points, his contribution. Diallo, Ba, Abadou, all contributed in their own way. It was intriguing watching them fight their way back, the different scoring runs throughout the game, but at the end of the day, it is Ferroviario de Beira who triumphed on the back of some really good basketball down the stretch, some great outside shooting, and we were treated to BAL action the best way possible.
All right, Jamal, finally you have your first victory of the tournament. How important is it?
No, it feels good. You know, we made the adjustments that we wanted. I mean, it was hard. You know, the process. The coach spoke to us about things we need to fix, and I think we fixed them.
And how important was that third quarter for you guys as a team?
Sorry, say that again.
The third quarter, how important was it for you to come out strong?
Oh yeah, we had to make a statement. We had to adjust. We had to set the tone. You know, we had a tough loss yesterday against a good team, and we need to show everybody here that we're also a really good team.
You played against the home team. The crowd is always going crazy. How important was it for you to contain them, but also to stay focused in this game?
Honestly, over-communicate. Everybody's talking, everybody's echoing things, because it's really loud in here. It's even loud now. So it was hard to get our focus across, but we got it.
26 points for you. How impressed are you with your own performance on top of the team performance?
I'm more impressed with how my team, you know, got me in the spots I wanted. They trust me all the time, and I was able to knock them down.
And tomorrow you take on Air Saleh Antarel Stoglin. It's a big game for you. Same time. Are you worried that Ahly got to rest today and that, you know, you'll play them when they're fresh?
No, not at all. Because, you know, in Mozambique, we don't get tired. So we're gonna come out with the same energy we came today because every game's important and we know that there's only 6 games or 5 games in this tournament. So we just gotta come out hard every time.
And finally, how important is it for you to get your rhythm going as you head into the business side of the tournament?
Oh, yeah, it feels good. Yeah, that's a good question. Our rhythm is going. We're getting the ball movement that we wanted in the first game. We got rid of some of those growing pains that we had earlier, and yeah, I think that we're rolling now. It's gonna be step by step.
Now, congratulations, Jamal, to you and to your teammates at Ferroviario de Beira. Now back. You're welcome. Now back to you, Roby.
Thanks very much, Usher. Yeah, Jamal Kennedy. You know, the trust. What he knows what his players can do. He knows that they've actually got a good synergy. They function well. There was a moment where he was very discreet, but when you look at his point tally, you realise that he was actually very present. But he came like a ghost, scored his points, moved away. Look,
I don't know how it's possible to have a quiet 27, but
I know, but
he
true.
did.
He did.
9 rebounds, 5 assists. There were some great passes. All 5 scorers in double figures for Ferroviario de Beira. On the other end, Ahly was the spark plug. 9 of 12 from the field. There were a couple of chip-ins from Diallo, Ba, and Abadou. They played the game as a team. It allowed them to come back in. But I guess another showcase of really great team basketball is what we saw from Ferroviario de Beira. I think my quote of the day is, in Mozambique, we don't get tired. We'll get to test that statement as the week rolls on.
Well, that's fantastic. And you lived in Mozambique, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. The three-point scenario, 8 of 20. Field goal percentage, 53. On the other side, they've got to do better. 14 of 33 basically tells us the story. A good 5 more steals, but 42%. You're just down on where you should be, and they've got some really good shooters, and I'm afraid that they didn't produce the goods today because you can't miss those points, especially when you're coming out wide.
You can't miss the points, but I think the third quarter is something that Coach Adjivan has got to address. It's something that he's got to look at as DUC head into the latter part of this tournament. Twice they've been outscored significantly by double digits, and that's been their Achilles heel.
Thanks very much for watching. Thank you very much for following the Basketball Africa League. It's a fantastic day that we've actually had. We've had 2 very entertaining games, and we will be back with you tomorrow. Of course, more basketball taking place because, well, where are we going? We are going to see what Reg can do against Slack and Ahly against Beira. That's tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Thanks very much, Q. Thanks very much, Usher. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.